Senior Project, The Law of Euthanasia by Ria Pass. Today, I want to consider the topic of euthanasia. But first, let me share some background information about myself. I came from an immigrant family who is from the Philippines, and together with both of my parents and four other siblings, we legally immigrated here to the country in 2014. My late grandpa made it happen, which is for us to have great opportunities here in the United States. My grandpa moved here and worked here in 1981 and later earned his American citizenship, and with that, he took the opportunity to petition his children, including my mom. To be honest, moving to a foreign country was not easy at all because, of course, there is the language barrier and the different culture. Fortunately, I managed to fit in and learn the culture and the language as time passes by. My favorite subjects are math and science. I like solving algebra problems and I love math even more when I get to understand the topic or lecture. To be specific, anatomy is my favorite branch of science that is under the category of biology. The reason why I love anatomy is because I get to learn the structures of the body and its functions. I also like chemistry because it comes with math, and for me, studying the elements and chemicals is pretty interesting. Should assisted suicide be legalized to those with poor health conditions through euthanasia law? Imagine having someone important to you suffering from this uncurable sickness. Would you let that special someone suffer if there is an option to end that suffering with dignity? There has been a debate going on for over 2 decades now about considering assisted suicide as an option to ease the pain of the terminally ill patients. Those who support this issue believes that terminally ill patients should be the one deciding for their lives, not the government and its interference or religious leaders and their beliefs who should make their end-of-life option and determine how much pain and suffering they should endure. Secobarbital is the prescription of medical-assisted suicide, and the cost of this drug ranges from $3,000 to $5,000. The euthanasia law gives the terminally ill patient the right to die with dignity, in which the sufferer can ask for medication or prescription that will end his or her own life with peace, and it is humane. According to the 15th Amendment, a citizen has the right to choose what is best for him or herself. Part of this is the right to not be religious. So why let the religious issue interfere with someone's desire to end his or her suffering through medical-assisted suicide? Only the patient can tell if their life is worth fighting for or not, so they should absolutely have the right to decide for themselves. Also, assisted suicide is absolutely a choice or an option to get treated once the medication or treatment becomes futile. Additionally, the law gives the patient the right to choose what is best for themselves. Believe it or not, a poll from Gallup News showed that 7 out of 10 Americans support this law, so the Supreme Court ruled that the decision can be made by the states. If over 2/3 of voters supports this law, then it should be considered as an option to treat the terminally ill patient. The state of California approved the law in 2015 in effect from 2016. Colorado approved it in 2016, the District of Columbia in 2016 to 2017, Hawaii, Maine, and New Jersey are the states who recently approved the act in 2018. Oregon supported the death with dignity in 1997, and since then, from under 50% to 80% in 2013 recipients considered it and died with medical-assisted suicide. Vermont in 2013 and Washington in 2008, with almost 100% of terminally ill patients chose it to get treated. However, some ethical believers like medical professionals, 49% of them opposes this law for the reason that doctors are supposed to heal people and that it changes their job description. Doctors are responsible to treat their patients and have no right to refuse to treat them. Furthermore, people or society is afraid that citizens are going to abuse the law and will drive the patients to choose the option even though they still have the chance to get treated. In addition, religious devotees believe that euthanasia law is the defeat in our humanity and is the greatest crime people will ever commit. Nevertheless, doctors do not have special powers to heal illnesses that are incurable. Therefore, if by putting their patients in peace in patient's request, then that is called healing and is not a hinder in doctor's job description. In rebuttal to the religious devotees, subjectively there is no way to question this belief, yet suffering is like being in hell and that God would not let his children suffer. On top of that, medical-assisted suicide is not a sin because it comes with dignity and that there is a justified reason for this legal suicide. This issue should not be debatable for a simple reason that there is no point of staying alive if every day the patient feels like dying because of how painful it is. Today's generation should be more open to this topic because by supporting this issue means giving voice to those who are ill that they can finally rest peacefully and no more pain. The solution would be to let people vote for it, and if it becomes legalized, then there should be certain rules to follow, such as the treatment is only for those with terminal or incurable illnesses. If this issue remains unconstitutional, we are letting someone suffer and giving them the life they do not deserve because suffering from untreatable disease is unjustified. We want a society that is open-minded and more understanding and optimistic when it comes to considering the medical-assisted suicide to rest in peace and with dignity. To my own honest opinion, if ever I have a family member who unfortunately suffers from a terminal disease, I would be pretty open and will consider the use of euthanasia or medical-assisted suicide so that my family member would no longer have to suffer because he or she does not deserve that. As I reflect or reminisce about my journey in high school, like from freshman year to senior year, I realized that high school is absolutely challenging but fun and memorable. I also realized that after freshman year, I went too hard on myself with so much expectations and pressure to get only A's and B's. Also, I would like to acknowledge and thank all of my teachers for being nice and really gave their 100% effort to help and teach their students because I really inherited a great benefit from that. All of my teachers made it possible for me to end my high school journey with good grades and great memories. As I look forward to graduating in high school, I plan to attend Grand Canyon University and get my bachelor's degree major in nursing. I want to become a nurse not just because of the good benefits, but also because I want to help patients and at least have an impact in their lives. Overthinking will destroy your mood, breathe, and let go. This inspirational quote is what I depend on most of the time when I start overthinking about things or events that happens around me. I am the type of person who worries and overthink a lot, and sometimes when I overthink, it leads to fear and that becomes my key to giving up. That is why I always try my best to be optimistic and avoid the aspects of overthinking.